Hello, and welcome to another day of living with Spina Bifida. Today, I am going to talk about Spina Bifida, disabilities, and friendship. Making friends can be stressful, hard, difficult for anyone of any walk of life. But having Spina Bifida, having a disability of any kind, can make things a little bit extra difficult. First, you have your own issues. The person that has the disability has their own setbacks and problems with making friends. Whether it be you don't get out of the house very much, you don't put yourself out there, you don't have a lot of self-confidence, you don't have a lot of self-esteem, so you just sit at home and assume that no one is going to like you. You don't know how to make friends. You don't know how to make yourself liked. You don't go to the right places. You don't like to go out. You don't like to spend money. And so it's more difficult to make friends because you're not in the right place at the right time. Or you don't have the proper self-confidence and self-esteem, so you assume that you're worthless, you're not worth friendship, no one is going to like you, everyone is just going to see you as the person with the disability. Or for people of any kinds, it can be hard to make friends. You could be an introvert, you could have social anxiety, you could have depression, you could have low self-esteem. You don't have a vehicle, you don't have money, so it's hard to get out there into the world. You don't have as many outlets, so things can be difficult. You don't go to school, you don't work, you don't go places. So how do you make friends? So they're not going to want to get to know you. You're afraid of getting hurt, you're afraid of getting used, you're afraid of getting put down, picked on. Or there's the other side of things. The able-bodied people don't really know how to make friends with someone with a disability, whether it be lack of information, your own fears of not knowing how to act or be around someone with a disability. You don't want to be seen with someone with a disability because you have that stigma and that negative attitude of seeing the disability before the person. We're going to start with how the person with the disability makes friends. You can start out slow by putting yourself out there online. There's plenty of Spina Bifida or disability related groups out there, especially on Facebook. I'm part of a lot of different groups on Facebook. I'm here on YouTube putting my information out there, putting my life and experiences with a disability out there, so maybe I can find connections through this outlet. I'm sure you can find groups online or Yahoo groups or Googling certain groups, and you can start by making friendships on the computer, and you can talk through instant messaging, emails, texts if you want to give out your phone number. And then maybe if you live close enough to your friends, you can meet in person. And you can make baby steps to meeting people in person. And then you can make your way to finding what you enjoy. And you found a hobby that you like. Okay? Maybe you can find groups in your community. You can find places to go that have your certain interests. You can join a book club. You can volunteer at an animal shelter or the library, or into card games or board games of any sort. There's a lot of times comic book stores and whatnot in your area will hold tournaments and games and whatnot, so you can join in with other people with the same interests. Or there's always cosplaying. That's a really big thing these days, and that's a big community that's always accepting of anyone and everyone. And maybe you can find some new friendships through that. The biggest way to make friends is through common interests, basically, is what I'm saying. So find what you like and find a way to connect with other people through your common interests. But like I said, the most important thing to do is to find your self-confidence, to strengthen your self-esteem, and to find your self-worth. And know that you are not your disability. That is not who you are. That is what you have, but it is not you as a person. You as a person is your personality, what you like, how you treat other people. And if you put yourself out there as yourself, the right kind of people are going to find you and attract towards you and enjoy you as the person that you are. Now we come down to the other half. Person without a disability. Able-bodied person finds someone with a disability. And it's not really any different than having a friend who is able-bodied as well. We may use a wheelchair to get around. We may walk funny. We may have a few limitations. But it's as easy as communicating and asking questions. 99.99999% of the time, no one is going to be offended if you ask questions because you are generally wanting to know the answer. You want to be more informed. And us having Spina Bifida should want to inform people of anything and everything that we can to help people better understand who we are and how things work. Communication is the most important thing in anything. And the biggest thing is, for anyone, is to just understand that everyone is a person. Everyone has their own feelings, their own personality, and they are more than what they look like. And that goes for everyone. And it should be a no-duh situation that what's on the outside shouldn't matter when it comes to being a friend. And it's as easy as that. Just be friends with each other. The topic was brought up to me by a viewer, and I wasn't really sure what I should be talking about, because me personally, I've never really run into this issue of making friends. Because for me personally, almost all of my friends that I see on a regular basis in person are able-bodied. I know a lot of people with disabilities, but they are all over the world, all over the United States, and I don't see them in person on a regular basis. So the people I'm spending my personal time with are all able-bodied, and it's never been given a second thought that I have a disability, because the right people have come into my life and they don't see the disability as an issue. They do know that I have a disability, they do know that I have limitations, and they accept that and they work with it as it comes. And that's really how it should work out. If I want to have friends, if I want to have a social life, if I want to have any sort of life, I have to get myself out there. I have to not wait for things to come to me, because if you just sit at home feeling sorry for yourself, wishing you had friends, wishing you had a life, wishing you could do things with your life, and you don't do anything about it, nothing's ever going to happen. So whatever it takes, whatever you need, whether it be seeing a psychiatrist, seeing a doctor, getting some medication, going to groups, or even talking to people on the internet, someone like me that can relate to you and help you through your issues with your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth. That is the very first step that you need to make towards being a better you and making something of your life.